Aladdin series lanterns. This is a Model 23 burner on that. And a nice glass font. It's pretty much their newest burner, probably one of their better ones. And you can get these anywhere. They still make them. This is an older one made in the UK. And they're very popular all over the world. And what's innovative about the Aladdin lamp is it actually uses a mantle, just like the pressure Coleman or Optimus lanterns. This one's seen better days, this mantle. I use them till they totally dissolve because they're quite expensive. They're anywhere from $10 to $15 a pop, and you usually go through, if you use the lanterns a lot, you usually go through 4 or 5 in a year. So that can add up to some money, and that is the major disadvantage of any oil lamp that's employing a mantle, is you have to buy the mantles to keep the thing running, and that can add up to some money. But they put out a lot of light, probably about like a 40-watt light bulb. It's nice, even, white, bright light, just like a pressure stove or a pressure lantern like the Coleman. This is a Model 202 Coleman, 1955 this thing was made. And I bought it used a while back. And it's in just about perfect shape. You'll find these a lot at garage sales. People buy them for an emergency or to go camping, use them a few times, and then they end up in the garage or the basement. And anyway, these the Model 202 is a upgraded version of the Model 200, which is the quintessential Coleman lantern that you saw and used growing up. The 202 just has a nickel font, a nickel-plated font instead of the red font, and the burner assembly and globe assembly that holds the globe is stainless steel, so it doesn't rust like the Model 200, which is a problem with them. They get kind of nasty looking after a while. The heat burns off the galvanization, and then they rust really readily. So if you can find a 202 model, and it's a little more money, pop for that, because you'll have a lantern that lasts a lifetime. Last but not least is the Ehrich Graetz Brenner Matador burner. This is a 20-line size burner, which is a large burner. Takes a pretty good size wick, I think 3 3/4, I believe. And it's got the typical Matador bulged chimney, which is precisely shaped to direct the flame. When these things are burning right, the flame spreader spreads the flame out, and the air being drawn in from the sides forms like a barrier, and you get this nice tulip-shaped flame, which is pretty bright. It's about like a 25-watt light bulb, so it's not as bright as the Aladdin lamp and the pressure lamps like the Coleman, but there's a lot less to go wrong on these things. They're just butt simple. The wick absorbs the kerosene, wicks it up to the burner. The wicks are very inexpensive. There's no mantle. So over the long haul, these are more dependable and less to go wrong and much cheaper to keep running. So this particular burner is probably 100 years old. probably 1895 to 1905, that time frame. Still works perfectly. This stuff, they knew how to make things back then. It's got the gallery lifter. See if I can get this thing going. Show you just how bright it is. So I'll start these up and take them outside where it's dark right now, and you can kind of see how they run. Okay, the Ehrich Graetz with the Brenner Matador burner, pretty darn bright. Turn it down a tad. What do you think, Inga?
That's
Like that?
right.
So we'll turn it up. Pretty shiny, huh? Makes you want to fly right into it, doesn't it?
The tulip effect.
And over here, we have the Aladdin. As you can see, it's the light is a lot whiter, which is what you want. Bright white light. Crank this up a little. Mantel's about had it, but you get the idea. Great light. Mantle longevity leaves something to be desired, and they're expensive, and I'm a cheapskate. I don't like buying mantles. You know, after 120 years, you'd think they'd figure this mantle thing out. Basically, they're ultra delicate. They're just ash. You burn away the fabric, and there's a little ash shell left, and that's what makes up the mantle. You breathe on them, they break. And last but not least, this blinding beauty is the 202 Coleman pressure lantern, running Coleman white gas, Coleman fuel. And nothing beats pressure. No, there's no wick or wick mantle combination that's going to beat a pressure lantern for brightness. So, see, Aladdin's pretty bright though. And of course the mantleless wick lantern, Matador burner. That's about the best you can get right there. The Brenner Matador burner, the mushroom flame spreader, gives you a pretty nice white light. Oh, and they sip fuel too. They are very fuel efficient. So, signing off from the chilly Northwest.